Okay, who's up? Adam, I think you. Yeah, where did I? Oh, yes, Adam, there you are. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, you are definitely up next. And I loved the nail holder, the comb nail holder, because I thought it was really a practical idea that I'm gonna use it. I think it's a great idea. I was wondering if did you come up with that or had you seen it somewhere? Because it's a fantastic idea. But on the other hand, I'm really digging the nails, and I love the playful approach. Let's go through the sketch, and we'll. Okay, yes, I agree with the caterpillars. Too much for the caterpillars. Um, Now, the wonderful thing about this is the human characteristics that your anthropo anthro. How do you say that? Hang on one sec. Anthropomorphic is the word I'm looking for. And sorry, I had to link out and look it up. It was not at the tip of my tongue like I thought it was going to be. Anthropomorphic characteristics to your inanimate objects, which I think is so cool. Inanimate meaning the hammer, not the flowers, but the flowers do definitely, and the weeds. I think that this is such just a really great opening scene. But the weeds don't look like weeds enough. I think they look more like different kind of plants, maybe trying to take over the flowers. So I would definitely, yeah, you've got the sinister look on their faces. That's great. They're choking out the flowers. So that's definitely indicative of weeds. But they just don't. They themselves look more like Russian sage or something. They don't really look like dandelions or weeds. So let's get those really looking like weeds. Love the fact that they're choking the flower, and then the superhero hammer. This is so cool. And in some of my other videos, I had recommended that you start with the problem and show this linear or this narrative and really indicate where the problem starts and the solution, et cetera, et cetera. But I think this kind of is self-defining as the hammer just swoops in and claws down on that weed, pulling it out by the root. This is great right here. I love it. And then coming down to the next one and same thing, by the root. And then I don't know what this is right here. I guess they're just kind of dead laying there. And then the flowers are growing as a happy family. So really, really great job. Um, Now the caterpillars themselves, I think they're it's too much clutter. What can we use? What can we use? Maybe we can use the roots. I don't know. Maybe we can use the flower root. Maybe the roots coming down here as a timeline. Maybe we could use some vine petals. I don't know. Try to, and you know what? You don't even necessarily need to have a timeline as long as these are placed in a fashion that is very easily recognizable. I don't think that is what I'm talking about. I don't think is left to right because we're definitely used to reading top to bottom, left to right reading, but that's not necessarily the most interesting thing following a infographic or a digital, I mean, sorry, informational illustration series of informational illustrations. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's part that you have to work on is tying these things together, whether it be with a timeline or just by placement itself. But other than that, love it. Love the idea. Fantastic execution. Looking forward to seeing more. If you want to switch it up and go with the comb hammer idea, that's great too. I'll leave that up to you. But right now, I think that just those other little comments that I made, I think other than that, everything's looking great. All right. Any questions? Give me a holler. Great job. Thanks.